All right, welcome everybody to another historic league. Today we have one of my old favorites from Standard before it ended up getting banned. Um, so a lot of these cards, if you were playing Standard in Kaladesh, will look familiar, and if you were playing Standard in Kaladesh, I'm so very sorry. Um, so a lot of these will look familiar, especially the energy-based cards, because that's what this deck is. It revolves around the card Aetherworks Marvel. So what does this say? So whenever a permanent you control is put into a graveyard, you get one energy, and that's symbol there is a symbol for energy. Now that part's great, but not super relevant for what we're trying to do. How this deck primarily wins is through the activation of Aetherworks Marvel, which says tap it, pay 6 energy. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may cast a spell from among them without paying its mana cost, and then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. In a random order. So the idea here is to play some of the incredibly kind of large threats in the deck, being able to, say, cheat in Ugin the Spirit Dragon, or Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunter. Now what's important to take note is that Aetherworks Marvel does say you may cast the spell, so cast triggers like Ulamogs are still triggered. So Ulamog says when you cast a spell, exile 2 target permanents. So if you cast it off of Aetherworks Marvel, you do get this cast trigger. Some of the other cards aren't super great. Like you can cast like turn Timber Symbiosis to put some other cards in effect, but really you're trying to aim to get either an Ugin or an Ulamog into play off of this Aetherworks Marvel. Typically speaking, from all the playtesting I've done, is that if you get either one of these two in play, typically your opponents concede. So now, because we're relying so heavily on this Aetherworks Marvel, it means our deck has to really focus on getting energy, on acquiring energy. So we have from Remnants from Old Standard, Attune with Ether. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library, and then you get 2 energy. Servant of the Conduit, a mana dork, as well as when it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. Harness Lightning, a removal spell that gives you energy, and then you can pay any amount of energy to deal that much damage to your creature. Now, what you can do is if there is a creature in play, you can activate this, just get the 3 energy, and pay 0 if you are just trying to get energy and not really trying to kill anything. Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot, when it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life and you get 3 energy, and then you can pay 3, sacrifice this, you gain another 3 life and get 3 energy. The sacrifice ability of this does play very nice with Aetherworks Marvel, because if you sacrifice this with an Aetherworks Marvel in play, you acquire 4 energy because of Aetherworks Marvel. Rogue Refiner, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card and you get 2 energy. And then another energy sink, when World of Virtuoso enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. And then you can pay 3 energy and create 1/1 colorless Softer Artifact creature tokens. As well as, the last energy card is Glimmer of Genius, scry 2, draw 2, and then you gain 2 energy. Another kind of standover from Kaladesh Standard, Chandra, Torch of Defiance, a really good Planeswalker. Saw a lot of play in Standard when it was legal. I believe it also saw Pioneer play, and it does see the occasional Modern play as well. We also now have Fast Lands because of Kaladesh Remastered. So we have Botanical Sanctum, and Fast Lands enter the battlefield as long as you control 2 or fewer lands. So Botanical Sanctum will enter the battlefield untapped if it is land number 3. Any land after that, and these fast lands will enter untapped. Another energy source being Ether Hub. When it enters the battlefield, you get energy, or you get 1 energy, and then you can tap it to pay 1 energy and add 1 mana of any color, or you can just tap it to add colors. Sideboards, got a few mismatched things. Ceremonious Rejection, great against this deck, as well as being really good against the... Thanks, Kat. I figured you would probably enjoy that because I didn't know what I was going to be playing today. As well as being good against the colorless ramp deck, the Paradoxical Engine deck. We also have Ether Meltdown. It's a great way to gain energy, as well as just being a good semi-ish removal spell against like mono red decks. Negate for your control decks. Abrade also for kind of creature-based decks. Dissenter's Deliverance, great against this deck, as well as being great against, once again, the colorless ramp deck, Mystical Dispute, obviously for our control decks, and then Nissa Vital Force, another planeswalker that saw some play during while it was legal in standard. Didn't really see much play in any other format. Not sure how great it is here, but I did play it a lot in standard when it was legal. So we're gonna see how good it does. So this is the deck. We're gonna run it through 5 matches, see how well it does, and then potentially make changes if the deck just ends up being completely off. Um, Traditional historic ranked. So let's see. And if you're watching this on YouTube, aloha. How are things in the future? I guess this video will probably be posted tomorrow. I guess how are things tomorrow? How are you all doing if you're watching on YouTube? If you're watching on Twitch, how are all you people doing? I mean, this hand isn't super great. I typically don't like having Ulamog in my opening hands because obviously we're trying to get Ulamog off of what's his face. But the rest of this hand is kind of slow. We're gonna mulligan. This hand is incredibly much better. We're gonna keep this being a refiner. I'm going to attune with Ether. I'm going to get a forest and gain some energy. So we do have the ability to Beaumont Courier. Potentially play Marvel next turn, but he's gonna kill us over. So this is fun. Did not want to draw that. That's Road Refiner. That's a good draw. So now we can Aetherworks Marvel next turn. Canyon Slew. Sure. Scrapheap Scoundrel. Sure. Puzzle Knot. Aetherworks Marvel. Activate. Probably put the Chandra into play.
Play with fire, huh?
Add 2 red mana.
Today's my lucky day.
And no attacks. We'll hold back. Try to protect Chandra if need be. Opponent Shots in the Blood Crypt. Soulscar Mage. Ferocity. Sure. It's a very bold attempt. But I'll block. Ether Hub. Sure. Do now.
This will be easy.
I can't actually cast that, so it'll be fine. That's fine. Gain some energy. Activate Aetherworks Marvel. I guess we'll put Road Refiner into play. And then pass the turn. He doesn't have any creatures in the graveyard to sacrifice to bring back Scrapheap Scrounger. Beaumont Courier. That's fine. You'll take 1. The question is, do I double block this? And I'm not entirely sure. Opponent goes soul or bunker. Sure. End the turn. I'm just going to activate this Woodweaver's puzzle box. I didn't really care about gaining the life. Attune. This. Activate. Even. Now, unfortunately, if I might, okay, or they're just gonna concede. Alright, so they're playing the creature-y deck. A birds. Meltdown. What do we not want here? Fortunately, the one downside is when you're playing kind of a combo-y deck, is that if you start taking out too many of the pieces, your deck doesn't really function. So we take out the Glimmers because we have other cards that can add in energy and do the same thing. We're going to trim an Ulamog, a Timur Symbiosis. How many lands are running in this deck? I can't remember off the top of my head. 19? So this is 22 lands currently. Just Timur Symbiosis. And then maybe bin one Rogue Refining. Maybe bin in the Bird. Or Harness Lightning. What do we do with the Harness Lightning? Something like this is probably fine. And let's get cracking. Opponent will probably be on the play. Opponent mulligans to 6. This hand isn't super great, but we are going to keep it. Opponent mulligans, or opponent keeps 6. Soulscar Mage. Sure. World of Virtuoso isn't terrible. We're going to attune with Ether. We're going to get this island. We're going to gain 2 energy. Goes land. Heart of Kieran. Sure. Much as I really don't want to just slam Servant. I think we might just have to. Thoughtseize. Sure. My hand is pretty Thoughtseize proof, so go ahead. Takes the Whirler Virtuoso? Sure. And tapped. Wrath Digger's Cage. Don't think that does what he thinks it does. That only stops creatures, so it's not doing what he's thinking it does. Attune with Ether. Get a mountain. Woodweaver's puzzle box. Gain energy. No attacks. Well, that's a card we will probably never be guessing. On the plus side, though, our opponent's not doing anything. Except playing a lot of lions. Shatter's Skull. Sure. This is a very old Shatters Skull, whatever. Don't need to do that quite yet. Oh, that's a really good draw. Step. Aetherworks Marvel. Activate Skis. Unfortunate. I just can't cast spells. Sure. Oh, he can agree with that. A braid. Unfortunately, because I might upgrade the Grafdigger's Cage, but I don't really have a... Well, actually. Pay 3 mana. Use tapped. Destroy target artifact. Sacrifice the puzzle box. Activate. I guess it's Harness Lightning. Pay 3. Alright. Oh, look at me, I just got Peeps Conquer. If I draw a land, though, I can turn to Symbiosis. So I am at 5. A Braid's not terrible either. Destroy target. Oh wait, I think we're dead regardless. Because he would just swing in with the... Yeah. Interesting. Runs a lot more artifacts than I would have thought. On the plus side, though, conversely, we can cut an Aetherworks and in Ulamog, and we could bring in another Harnessed and a Dissenter's Deliverance or Ceremonious Rejection. What color spells is he running? Yeah, I'll bring in this one because at least it can cycle, so it's not completely dead against them. So. I'll take the ball. This hand is kind of slow. This hand's actually keep bottom. It definitely needs a blue source, but interesting. Well, we definitely needed the land. Great. Destroy target artifact. I'm going to destroy the Heart of Gearing. There you go. Thoughtseize away. Opponent takes Chandra. Opponent plays a second Grafdigger's Cage. Just play the Stomping Ground tap, I guess. Opponent goes Mountain. Plays their own Chandra.
It's my fault. This is gonna hurt.
Grass Rampage. Interesting. We honestly might
You're going down.
lose to this Chandra. Including Frosted on. Especially since we can't seem to draw a blue source. Maybe it might have been better to keep the other hand, but
This'll be easy.
I guess Chandra exiles it, right? Is that how that works? Sure. Now we're just gonna concede. We're probably not gonna get there. Even if I upgrade this, they can just ultimate Chandra next turn. So kind of got stuck on three lands with no blue source. Was kind of unfortunate, but what can you do? Waiting on the play. This hand does nothing, so we're gonna flip it. This hand is much better. Breeding pool. No, I didn't want to draw that. I guess there were worse things I could have drawn. We're gonna get the mountain here. Our opponent is playing Sultai something. I guess that does. Eliminate? Sure. Cameo.
And fine.
Sure. You can't Uro next turn. Which is kind of unfortunate.
Let's do this. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I am out of here.
Maelstrom Pulse. It's a pretty lucky top deck. I guess it wasn't necessarily a top deck, but it's 83 life. Servant. Warlord Virtuoso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bring it back. Not really. Aetherworks Marvel would have been nice. I don't think we're going to get there. Well, I guess if we draw Aetherworks Marvel next turn, I guess potentially we can get there.
I guess you do not want to talk.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I know I noted this somewhere.
I feel like he's asking for Prince Sparkle. Sure. Sure. Unfortunately, even Harness Lightning doesn't really do it either. We're just going to take some here. Alright, what do we need? Gates, Disputes, Nissa. Harness Lightnings are kinda dead here. A Turn Timber and an Ulamog. Try this. Well, we need the land, but otherwise this thing's not terrible. And that is indeed a land. Botanical Symptom. Didn't want to draw that though. That's Rogue Refiner. Ether Gust. Do I want to draw that? Not really. I could Chandra. No need to really Chandra yet. I don't need to do also. Definitely drawing like all the payoffs for Aetherworks Marble, which is one of the downsides of playing this deck, is that sometimes you just end up drawing all the that's fine. Sure. Sure. So opponent drew a land off the arrow. fine.
We're done here.
Whatever, kill us all. I'm gonna counter this. Or attempt to counter it. At least I do shakes.
I will protect the virtue of this world. The land fights for us.
I feel like Nissa was kind of a mistake. But that could also just be. Let's go with my turn. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna come back from that. Alright. Well, one of those games was close. This game, not so much. Or this match, sorry, not so much. Let's see. Let's make a couple changes before we keep on going. Okay, oh, that's good. Let's see. Team of not so keen on the Glimmer of Geniuses, but I'm not sure if there's really anything, I guess, quote unquote, better. Let's see. Let's think here for a second. 3 Whirlers is good. 4 Rogues. 4 Ulamog. I wonder if Genesis Ultimatum might be an interesting choice. I don't know if that might be kind of like a lot to ask to hit. But I guess it's kind of the same thing as trying to do it off of Turn Timber Symbiosis, right? We probably have to increase the lane count a little bit though, to kind of allow for that. But if we take out the Glimmers, take out the Turn Timber Symbiosis Seas, I think it's better to kind of do it this way. Let's add an Ugin. Because Cage is probably the biggest problem for this deck, and eliminating one of those. Valakut's Awakening can help kind of put Ugins and Ulamongs back. And then since we got the turn into Symbiosis, or whatever the plural of that word is, we're going to increase the lands a little bit. Try something like this. Not entirely sure about the sideboard. It might be interesting to maybe do like a sideboard juke kind of thing. where we maybe put long tusk cubs in the sideboard. But that might be too cute. But it might actually work. Yeah, let's try long tusk. Try 4 of these. I'm going to cut the negates and use ceremonious rejections. Alright. Let's try this. So we can also kind of sideboard into more of like a mid-rangey, just like Temur energy. One can even argue putting like Birthling Hydras into the sideboard too. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Might make some more changes after the next match. If these changes aren't really that great. But I think this could probably work. Dr. Love. That's interesting. One that goes first. Well, this hand's not the best. I do think we can keep it. Yeah, okay, well this is a lot of lands. I love how I add in 2 more lands and then all of a sudden now I'm like completely footing. I guess I can't say completely footing. Wood Weaver's Puzzle Knot. Probably gonna like stomp us at the end step. Yep. Gain 3 life. And X. Hardened by the something. Refining. Didn't really want to draw a land, but I guess I'll take it. That's fine. Earthshaker Mineral. Servant of the Conduit. Sounds good. Play Servant. Get some energy. If he casts Bone Crusher Giant, we're gonna Harness Lightning Annex in response. We still might do this now because I don't want him. So now he only gets 1 token. Bone Crusher Giant's fine. Don't think I want to block that. Valakut's Awakening. It's also not the worst draw in the world either. If we go Steam Vents, then we can Valakuts. Plus blocks. Actually, I guess I didn't have to do that because Servant of the Conduit could have just. Okay, so opponent's going all in with their attacks. Block here. We'd like to use Castle Embereth. We'd like to Embercleave. Who would you like to target with Embercleave? In response. Yeah, I'll take 2. That's fine. We'll shoot that for 3. Resolves. That's the first strike damage. That's not bad. Um, let's go Warlord Virtuoso. Gain some energy. Attune with Ether. Get a mountain. Gain some energy. Play this mountain. Pass the turn. So now he's going to attempt to equip again with Ember Cleave. Whatever he equips, we're going to kill with the Harness Lightning. And he's going to have to do it now. But we are going to wait until attacks are declared because he has the mana to activate it twice. Okay, you're thinking a lot here, opponent. I can make quite a few tokens. Oh, this Warlord Virtuoso. Doing 3 damage to it. Activate. 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 Sure. So he can bring that back next turn. But that would be his whole turn. Yeah, let's grab this. A braid skis. Also not terrible. Chandra, Torture of Defiance.
Hey, over here.
I'm actually gonna add 2 red mana.
Today's my lucky day.
Destroy target artifact. Just gonna destroy this Ember Cleave now. Pass turn. Annex. Sure. So pass the box. Lock with 1 token. And that's Harness Lightning. Deal 3 damage here. Ulamog. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. Now we're 1 short. So let's exile top card. It's a land. Unfortunate. No block skis. I'm gonna go to castle. Yep. Eternalize Earthshaker Kenwood. Sure. I guess we'll just block you. Aetherworks Marvel. Well, let's see what this does. Harness Lightning. Target this. Pay any amount of energy. Pay 4. You have 4 damage there.
Don't you hate that burnt hair smell?
You might just be dead though. I think we're dead. I think the fact that he drew a creature with haste meant that yeah. Yeah. Alright, so bring in the Abrades, and I guess it depends on how much we actually really want to rely on Aetherworks Marvel here. I mean, we can ban out the Ugins. And I think even a Ugin. Or let's try something like this. Or sorry, that I was pointing out Ulamons. My apologies, guys. So we can try something like this. Favors. Well, this hand's not super great, but kind of tempted. Stomping Ground turn 1. Woodweaver's Puzzle Box. At the end step, sacrifice the Woodweaver's Puzzle Box, then go Aetherworks Marvel and activate. Sure. I hate this card. Another Aetherworks Marvel. Botanical Sanctum. Annex of the Dang it! Did not want to draw that. So unfortunately, 2 of like our major win conditions are currently actually that's not terrible though. Although I still think we're just dead. 8, 10. Yeah, I think we're still just dead though. Sure. Okay. So currently 0-3, but these games have kind of been like pretty close. Like this deck needs something, but I don't know what it is. But it's definitely missing something. Like it's on the cusp of being like really good, but I'm not sure what it needs to really kind of like push it to like being like great. Well, this is an exceptionally greedy hand. And it has duplicates. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, this hand's not very great either. Keep Binny River Patrol Zone. Inventor's Fair. Alright, so we're playing against the Paradoxical Engine deck. Which means Karn the Great Creator is about to be very bad for us. Did not want to draw into the log. like I said, this is kind of one of the downsides of this deck, is that definitely wanted to draw land, but what skis? What artifact are you getting? Crafter's Cage. It's fine.
I will be better prepared next time.
Mystic Forge. Crafter's Cage. Fortunately, we do have ceremonious rejections. Fallen Burns is pretty good though. Though I guess I do have Harness Lightnings. So. Paradox Engine. Well, he doesn't currently have any mana rocks, so Paradox Engine is kind of irrelevant. Although Ulamog certainly does not help with the matter. But currently, without mana rocks, it's kind of fine. And I guess during his upkeep, he can activate Inventor's Fair, which I guess he chooses not to do. Sure.
Until you have lifted the statue, do not talk to me of pigeons.
Guess he can also uptick on something to give himself like a blocker. I don't know what 2-drop he can get that can help him here. Unless he has a mana rock in the sideboard, but even then, I don't think that really doesn't. Wretch's Bomb doesn't do anything either. Sure, I think you're still just dead. You're about to make me click through all of this. I don't even know if that's lethal, but probably pretty close. 3/6. Yeah, that's lethal. Well, actually, he can activate Wretched Bomb, which will put him at 1. That's fine. No, you can't activate Mystic Forge. So, you got one opponent. I guess that, well, I guess he has 1 activation, because Inventor's Fair will get him up to 2 life. still doesn't have any mana rocks though to really abuse with the Paradox Engine. So yeah. Alright. Well, abrades, dissenters, ceremonious rejection. We're going to cut a lot of the combo part because he plays Garm. So we're not going to rely so much on the Aetherworks Marvel since he runs main board kind of great creators. So I can't keep that. We can keep this. The Harness Lightnings also might have been kind of dead too. Kind of difficult to say though. Void, sure. Botanical Sanctum. So we're going to land Long Tusk. Fact of the matter is, also Long Tusk can kind of kill pretty quickly. So Fusion Archive, sure. Mindstone, sure. Let's attune with Ether. Get a red source. Place has red source. We're gonna activate this. I guess we might as well. Target this. Pay 0. Confirm 0. Activate. Get some more energy. Alright. Sure. They top it. Forsaken Monument. Sure. Maze-Bind Tomes. Pretty good. You definitely have to kill the monument here. Guardian Idol. Metalwork Colossus. Yeah, this is not gonna happen. Because now he's just one card away from comboing us, and we were nowhere near being able to kill him. So, like I said, I think this deck is good. It just needs something, and I just don't know what that something it needs is. This hand is kind of slow, but overall not terrible, so we're gonna keep it. Opponent mulligans to 6. Dissenter's Deliverance. Radiant Fountain. Sure. Not super concerned with that. Although, it does slow him down a turn. Especially if he happens to, like, Karm. Sure, let's destroy Guardian's Idol. Guardian Idol? Sure. So he's currently... I should have Dissented Deliverance. So he's currently stuck on lands.
When people start screaming, I know I'm on track.
Alright, you'll take 2. If he doesn't draw a land here, we're definitely going to be in really good shape because I can just Dissent to his Deliverance, the Guardian Idol. That's kind of fine too. And if he plays like a Mana Rock, like, no, Karn's also kind of whatever. What would you like to get with Karn? Sorcerer's Spyglass. Well, I have a thing in my hand, so that's also irrelevant. Not sure if I'm going to attune with either. Let's play a land. Let's exile the top card.
Yup, you're going down.
Let's attune. Let's go to Forest. So we are going to kill the Sorcerer's Spyglass. Sure. So he knows there's a Dissenter's Deliverance in my hand. Chandra Torture Defiance. Sure. Now, what would you like to get with Karn? You have a second Spyglass? I feel like Darksteel Citadel was legal. Then that opponent could like keep like 1 in his sideboard. Has like a land to grab. I guess maybe that's a good thing that it's not legal then, because that sounds kind of annoying to deal with. Grafdigger's Cage is irrelevant. I don't know why you're not just gonna play it. Sure. Destroy target artifact. I would like to blow that up, please. I would like to play this land for turn. I would like to activate Chandra.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
I would like to destroy that. And I'd like to place her into the scales. I wish you the best of luck, opponent.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
I guess if he has another, that'd be kind of annoying.
Yup, you're going
You'll
down.
take 2 here. But I do have a Ceremonious Rejection, so no attacks. He's also still stuck on lands. What do you have for me, opponent? Nothing. Okay. So was that 1 in 3? Something like that? Any changes I want to make for like the last variation? Or like the last... I wonder how good Ura might be. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I really do like Uro as like an alternate. Well, it's not even alternate win condition because even because if like an opponent Grafdigger's cages us, then we still can't even Uro either. So either way, I'm kind of stuck. Oh, Genesis Ultimatum might also be worth playing too. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Let's do one more match. Let's do the last match and then I'll see what I think. And then I'll make any changes afterwards. But I don't know. I go first. There's no blue man in this hand, and this hand's also kind of slow, so we're gonna mulligan. This hand is once again also kind of slow, but we're going to keep it and bend the blue along, and hope our opponent is playing something with creatures. Looks like that's not the case. Mono blue something or another. Well, that's a tune with Ether. See if he counters this. He's gonna spell piercing. Sure. Mono blue tempo? They don't have a land. Might as well. Whirler Virtuoso. Thinking very hard about whether this resolves. Mystical Dispute. Going to play Valakut Stoneforge. I'm gonna go Special Sailor. Okay. Yeah, so they're playing Mono Blue Tempo. Second Curious Obsession. So they're gonna draw 2 cards. Be kinda nice if they missed both land drops. They did not. I guess the question is, do we risk just Chandraing? Probably not. Guess let's attempt to do this now. I'm not sure what the last card in our opponent's hand was, but they might have a well, nope, okay. Well, we're definitely not playing Chandra into all this open mana. But they might just have a handful of counter spells right now, which is what it appears that they have. So I'm just going to play Servant of the Conduits. And they can just counter some of this like cheaper stuff. They're thinking very hard about this. Okay, so they're gonna essence capture it. Sure. Another Ugin. Servant. Lookout dispersal. Sure. Six mana. I still am not comfortable playing Chandra yet. Although I'm not sure if I'll ever be in a spot where it's like, yeah, let's Chandra. He has like 5 cards in hand. And the majority, well, that's actually not the worst card in the world to draw either. We are almost close to Uganing. Spectral Sailor? Sure. You like to activate Spectral Sailor? No? Okay. I guess this was also a very strong possibility that these were the cards he had. But now the question is, what are the chances of him not having a counter spell here? They seem pretty slim. Let's attempt.
You wanna go, tough guy? Oh, that's nasty.
Farmborn cut. Sure.
Guess you don't need me anymore.
Unfortunately, at this point, I would just kind of like to draw lands. As weird as that sounds. I'll gain energy, gain 3 life. Surprised he didn't just counter it. It would have pumped the Primeborn Cutthroat. Okay. Spellweaver's Puzzle, huh? Sure. I would kind of like to draw land. But at this point, there's a very strong chance that whatever spells I play are just not going to resolve anymore. But at this point, I guess I kind of just have to, because I'm just going to lose regardless. So if I could double spell, that would be nice. It is a land. I guess that would sort of kind of save us. It's Chandra. He's gonna counter this. It's a Merfolk pirate. Well, it's taking a very long time to think about this counter spell. Like, if only you have 5 cards in your hand. Unsummon. I mean, sure. I guess I'll pay it.
You and I are gonna take them out. Now you're playing with fire.
So if we draw an untapped land here, really? I just kind of, okay, sure.
This is a waste of my time.
I have a lot of energy here. Alright, well, now we're probably just dead. A rogue refiner. Yep, alright. Not sure how reasonable it is to rely on... Wait, what just happened? Oh, did I click the wrong thing? Oh, I don't think I clicked on traditional historic rank. That was weird. I guess that's my bad. That was kind of strange. Our opponent goes first. Yeah, seems keepable. Forest, Coat Collector. I'm drawing all the cards that I don't ever want to draw with this deck. I hate this card so much. That's not terrible. Go to 5. We go Force. Kavandu, sure. Play Forest. I guess we're just going to play Ruler Rituals over here. Mostly because we want to make sure we don't die. Burning the Emissary? Sure. Go play Nostra Feast? Sure. Good a 9. Not the safest number in the world, but something good, please. That's not anything good. I'm pretty sure we're just dead. Oh, maybe not. It's definitely close. You have a collected company? Yep. Pretty good hits. Pass the blocks. Block here. Block there. On the bottom of your library. So if we go Valakut's Awakening, 1, 2. Yeah, whatever. And go with a Tune with Ether. I don't think even Ulamog saves us here, but maybe it does. Apparently it does. Alrighty. I guess a full set of braids. Cut in. Tusk Cub could also be interesting. But I guess it depends on if we want a cyborg juke or not. Cut Ulamog. And Ulamog. And Ugin, I guess. Let's try this. And based off this would determine if we want a cyborg juke or not. This hand is atrocious. This hand is much better. Not sure what we've been here though. Maybe the Weaver puzzle knot? Sure. Well, I guess we could have been the land. Well, maybe not. Yeah. Burning Tree Emissary? No? Oh my. I thought he would have Burning Tree Emissary for sure. Botanical Sanctum. So now we have the ability to abrade if we so wish. Deal 3 damage here. I'll take the 1. Ether Hub. Servant of the Conduit. Xandu Mammoth. Sure. I should have hit the token for 1. And of course I drew them all. I don't really want any of these things. But I guess rogue refining. Okay. Now. Let's cut. Ah, this is fun. I take it. It's not great. It's not terrible. It certainly isn't great either. Definitely needs some lands. Land of Love. Sure. Well, I guess I did ask for a land, didn't I? How about one more land? Cocoa. Land of Love. Oh my god, I can't even play that. Sure. We honestly might just be dead. Whatever creature was it? And we still need a land. I guess I'll take that. Definitely an uncomfortable life total, but still definitely uncomfortable. Turn Timber Symbiosis. This ball there, I guess. I guess it's kind of Ugin or bust. And looks like it's bust. Unfortunate. Well, how would I want to change this deck around? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. Chandra's good. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I'd wanna change this deck around. Um, hmm. It's 4 Ugins or 3 Ugins and 4 Ulamongs, kind of a lot. Let's see. If I trim those, trim the Valakut's Awakenings. I might want to try to find room for why am I blanking on it? Sorry. Uro Titan Nature's Wrath. Just try 2. Maybe Genesis Ultimatum. 2. How many lands is there in here? They probably would beef up the land count by like 1. Is there blue-green land? Is there blue-green flip land? Or modal land? It's not that. I can't even remember. Let's just try lands. Which was a way to filter out basics. Nope. 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 Can't remember if that was this set or the next set. Looks like that's the next set. Okay. I guess maybe just like 1 breeding pool might be fine. Maybe. I guess we could put 1 turn Temur Symbiosis. Probably 1 lands might be kind of a light. But I think this might do better. It still has the problem of kind of losing to a Grafdigger's Cage. And Uro doesn't really change that. Might be interesting to see like if Nissa Who Shakes the World might kind of be like an interesting way to like go. Obviously Nissa can kind of take a game away on her own without really needing too much assistance. So that might be one interesting way to go here. Overall, I do think the deck is good. I'll probably play it again in a later stream. But that is it for this YouTube video. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment on what you think about the deck, and any kind of changes you think might kind of be viable that I could try out for a later stream. So YouTube folks, thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in another YouTube video.